Doctor's Note on the liftoff.
Good morning, Makeba. Thank you so much for making time to speak to our liftoffers once again. Hope everything is A-OK your side.
Good morning, Njabs. Yeah, siyaphila siswami, and all is good. Siyabingelela nakubo bonke abalaleli beGagasi.
Fantastic. Dokotela, is sleep disorder iyini, and how common are sleep disorders in South Africa?
Definitely a common problem. It's yayibona nje kakhulu in South Africa, yes. So basically, by definition, a sleep disorder. It's usually a complaint or an observation which is characterized by disturbance in sleep continuity. So awulali kahle continuously mawuzama ukulala at night, or like you said before, or there's a problem with the quality of your sleep. So there's a disturbance in the sleep continuity or the quality of your sleep. So that is the definition. It's subjective in a sense that, like I said, it's either a complaint by the person that struggles to sleep or an observation by somebody who shares the sleeping space with you. You may not even be aware you struggle in the night because during your sleep. So that affects your quality of sleep.
So how then does poor sleep quality affect impilo yomuntu on a day-to-day basis? Should it be something that warrants a visit to the doctor?
Yes, definitely. Everything abnormally in a human body, it will manifest itself in one way or the other. And I think effects of poor sleep, one, I think we need to understand being able to sleep properly. What is the purpose of that? Why do we need to sleep? First of all, so that we understand and the effects therefore so the importance of sleep basically is for the body to shut down. Most of the systems in the body, they shut down during your sleep. So basically you rest, and most importantly your brain. So that is the system there. Consolidate, especially the information that you would have received during the course of that day. Yeah. So basically, the effects then, your brain does not get to rest. You definitely so there's that persistent fatigue. Also banayo the following day during daytime. And also as part of its definition, sleep problems is that there must be daytime effects of the poor sleeping pattern. So lezo zinto uzozibona ngakusasa mase uzama ukufunctiona on your following day. So it's fatigue, your poor attention, you struggle to pay attention to things, whether you are in meetings, whether you're in school, your attention span, or whether you're a driver, and your concentration levels are low. There's poor reaction time. You're making a good example with driving things. So you don't react as quickly as you normally do if you had enough rest. You are slow and you are sluggish. And also, most importantly, poor memory. Because then your brain does not get enough time to rest. It does not get enough time to consolidate information and create memories. Which is in fundil, or is any information that you would have received, you keep it in your memory box.
So it turns out, Dokotela, it can be quite dangerous for you to not get an adequate amount of sleep or a good quality of sleep, depending on our functions okufanele manje uwaperforme ngakusasa. Imaphi mhlambe most common ama sleep disorders owabonayo wena kuma patients akho?
Classification of sleep disorder is quite broad. So the most common that we see is basically insomnia. Okay, so insomnia basically is like we said, it's a complaint, mostly a complaint of a poor sleep continuity or poor quality of sleep. But insomnia as well falls under a certain classification of sleep disorders, which is known as dysomnias. Dysomnias, under dysomnias, so we have things like insomnia, ikona lapho, and hypersomnia. So there is a condition based on hypersomnia that is excessive sleep, and mostly excessive daytime sleep. So umuntu ozithola ukuthi we are struggling to function, they always feel that like they should sleep during daytime. And then there's others like narcolepsy, obstructive sleep apnea. But the most commonly, the most common conditions that we see. So it will be insomnia and it will be obstructive sleep apnea. Yes.
Insomnia dokotela nge everyday language nje siyisebenzisayo singayichaza ngokuqwasha. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Nayo on its own insomnia is classified differently. I don't know, can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm still here, Doc. All right, it seems like Doc now has an issue with hearing me, but it's fine. Let's try and get him on a better line.
Doctor's Note on the liftoff.
We are focusing namhlanje on sleeping patterns, sleeping disorders, the quality of sleep that you're getting, perhaps you're not happy with. Since this event, I've never gotten really good sleep. What could be the issue? Does it qualify you going to visit udokotela? All of that is being covered today. Doc, as we grow older, it gets more and more difficult to get in the usual 8 hours of sleep that we have been ingrained to think is the best number of hours to get, right?
Yeah, so time, yeah.
So for umuntu omdala who faces like everyday challenges, umsebenzi, ingane, stress, all of that, what would you say is a good number to aim for mangabe usuthi head on pillow?
Normally we look at the average time. So there's never like a good exact number of hours. Okay, you must sleep 6 hours, you must sleep 8 hours.
Okay.
So the range is 7 to 9 hours.
All right.
That is the latest discovery to say for your body to rest, get optimal rest. So that you are fully functional the following day. You need 7 to 9 hours of sleep.
Okay. I have got uNomcebo usemnambiti on the line with me with a question. Nomcebo, my question to you qala before ubuza lo wakho is, are you getting lo 7 to 9 hours udokotela khuluma ngawo noma saba well?
Hey, ngiyawusaba wena shin.
Yeah, Ken. Aw Pepi sasithandwa sami.
Akulaleli like angikhona ukulala before 11.
Okay.
Afiki. Ngiyaphenduka nje imphethe ngathi ngaze ngivuka khona umzimba uqinisa ngathi kabuhlungu.
Musulalileke past loyo 11 loyo, are you getting a good quality of sleep?
No, ngabo 3 yabo ngiyaphaphama. Lapho ngimele ngidonse ubuthongo like mhlambe kuzophila mhlambe 2-5.
Sekufanele uvuke. Hey.
Yeah, since 2014 nje ngilale yonke nje akilali.
So how are you clearly able to remember ukuthi since 2014 kwenzakalani?
Because after nje umntwana ngithi awulali uyavuka uya do routine day.
Okay.
So after lapho nje abangisafika nje ubuthongo ngisaba nje nobuthongo ngisho nje kanjalo.
But usemdala nje lo muntu 2014 kusho una 11 manje.
Yes, and today una 11.
All right.
And ngisho ngathi umuntu uvula endlini engale ngaphandle wathi kudlunje.
Uyamuzwa.
Ngiyamuzwa.
Oh, that's not nice.
Ukuze nje nasebuthongweni ukuthi khona uphuma kule kamera uyaphuma uyale like angilali nje kahle.
That should be debilitating because I mean hearing each and every sound when you share a house with an 11-year-old dokotela, I'm sure is an absolute nightmare. Nasi story sanomcebo, ever since she gave birth 11 years ago, akaze abe ne quality of sleep emgculisayo azi ukuthi ekseni hayi no bengilele and ngilale kahle.
Yes, no, definitely. Inkinga unomcebo unalento esiyibiza nge-chronic insomnia. So kade sikhuluma ngendaba ye-classification ukuthi classify kanjani i-insomnia. you mentioned indaba yokuthi abanye abantu bayastrugglisha ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi balale falling into sleep that is early on in the night at bedtime. Abanye bayalala baphaphama ebusuku. Abanye they struggle to sleep, they wake up very early and struggle to sleep in the early hours of the morning. So that is the first classification. Kuno initial insomnia, maintenance insomnia, lower sebusuku, bese kuba no terminal insomnia. Terminal insomnia ke ilo khuluma ukuthi uvuka early hours of the morning, so uphelela ubuthongo wena kusa early. And that one is usually associated with depression.
Ooh.
Now, sibuye size kule kaNomcebo ke. EkaNomcebo ukule classification ya acute insomnia and chronic insomnia. Okay, acute insomnia speaks to a lack of sleep for a couple of days. It can go up to 3 months. But usually that is spontaneous. There's no identifiable cause or contributing factors. Ayikho into okwazi ukuyikhomba ukuthi nasi sizathu senza ukuthi ngingakwazi ukulala. But with uNomcebo there's a prolonged period, so sekuyisikhathi eside struggling, so it's over 3 months, so seyifola kulento ya chronic. Number 2, there's an identifiable point la athi ukungaqala ukulala kwami ukungakwazi ukulala kahle kusuka ngalesikhathi. So there may be other factors that contributed to her struggling to sleep at that time. Njengasho nje obviously makunomntwana omncane. But there's also conditions that, like conditions we call postpartum conditions, postpartum depressions, and things like that. And insomnia, as much as it is a condition on its own, but with most mental disorder issues, insomnia is a feature in most of our psychiatric conditions or mental health issues, especially depression. So uNomcebo ngingam-advise ukuthi she needs to consult her doctor, ongamsiza mhlamba refer to a psychiatrist for a proper evaluation. Sure. Because another thing with chronic insomnia, unlike acute insomnia lengithe iba yeinsuku ezimbalwa nje up to 3 months, chronic insomnia idinga treatment.
Okay.
So usedinga ukuthi afakwe kwi-medication, but ke medication izodependa kwi-health profile yakhe futhi akavela athathe noma yiliphi nje iphilisi elizomsiza ukuthi alale. Fanele athole proper assessment by the doctor ukuze izomsiza for her to get her normal sleep pattern. Gotcha. Unlike acute insomnia, we try other therapies before sikufake emaphilisini ukuthi ake uzame ushintshe la sibone if you're not gaining your normal sleeping patterns.
Dokotela mukhuluma nge-acute insomnia, you're mentioning up to 3 months of disturbed sleep or disturbed quality of sleep.
Yes.
When should I note ekhanda lami ukuthi hayi mhlambe akusekona nje uqwasha kwa once off? Is it over a couple of days? Lezo nsuku kufanele zilandelane yini? Nginotha kanjani i-pattern ekuyiyona ezothi hayi hamba ke manje Njabs uyobona uMageba?
We would normally say in a week, for instance, in a week, if you have struggled to sleep for 3 days in a week, okay, you know, every week in 3 days you have struggles. Uyaqwasha kakhulu for 3 days in a week, then that is the time that you should seek help.
Okay. All right, I've still got Udokotela Uspe Zulu on the line with me. Any questions regarding your sleeping patterns that you are perhaps unhappy with? Mhlambe njengoba sesifundile nje nokuba nobuthongo kakhulu is also an issue.
Doctor's note on the liftoff.
I've got Udokotela Uspe Zulu on the line. We're talking about sleep disorders. Angithi Udokotela wena nje as an umbrella type of approach umjola uyeke, it's not good for sleep, ne?
Uzongikhatha nabalaleli nje so balaleli bezithandela kanje umjolo wabo
futhi ama lift offers inkosi yami awezwa athi nje umjolo is the hill we are willing to die on, Njabs, anisiyeke nodokotela.
They must just get the right kind of umjolo, then they'll be sorted.
I agree.
That allows them to sleep at night.
Yeah, Bobagis. Peaceful umjolo. Hey, very hard to come by kulezi insuku. Anyways, let's not digress. I've got uThemba Mkhize on the line. Ulapha kwaNdengezi. Sawubona wethemba.
Yebo, Njabs njani?
Ngiyaphila. I am fresh, I am well rested, but because you are calling me, I can only assume ukuthi wena unenkinga thizeni with your sleep. What is it? What's the issue?
Yeah, bengifisa ukubuza udokotela la kuthiwa umuntu ufanele alale for 8 hours, right?
Well, udokotela said between 7 and 9. That's kind of like the brackets ekufanele sithi aim towards.
Okay, the only problem is mina ngilala like njalo each and every day ngilala after 12, then kushaw 6 ngisuke sengivukile and angivuki nakukhathala ngibe ngisaphinde ngisalala lento nje yangiqala ngisho ngisasebenza ebusuku bengifika ngilala ekuseni ngo6 by 12 ngizobe sengivukile sengizoze ngiyolungela ukungena ntambama.
Oh, wawumuntu osebenza night shift. Okay, dokotela, he's not complaining about the quality of sleep, but he's complaining about the hours. He wants more.
It sounds like Utemba, what he has is what we call initial insomnia. He struggles to fall asleep, uza ayolala late, and then I don't know if I would say it's terminal insomnia mengabe evuka ngo6, because 6 is usually the time that most people at this time. Some people bevuka much earlier than that, while he still tries, to get some sleep. But 2-6 is not bad. I think the problem is the time alalangai. So he does definitely need to look at activities awenzayo before bedtime. So there is a few things. There's something that we call sleep hygiene. So sleep hygiene, ikhuluma ngezinto ozenzayo or izinto that you need to avoid ngesikhathi ekufanele ngabe isikhathi sokulala. So there's activities that you need to avoid. Screen time, your screen time. You must cut down on your screen time before ulale.
Screen time means dokotela iphone ne-TV.
Phone, that is your TV. Uzama ukunciphisa isikhathi. So he must try get to bed a lot earlier than 12. So kumele awufundise umzimba wakhe, and it sounds like into I pick up because of umsebenzi. So umzimba wakhe wayifunda lapho leyo nto. So he can also teach his body to sleep much earlier than that time.
Yeah.
Also izinto angazi-avoid as well, angimazi ke noma unama substances awathathayo, and by substances we mean like caffeine containing drinks. Umuntu ophuza coffee, avoid taking coffee at night, because into njenge caffeine ilezinto esizibiza ngama-stimulants and some medication as well. So it stimulates your brain. Your brain will not rest while it's being stimulated by caffeine. So if you try to sleep kusane caffeine emzimbeni wakho, you're going to struggle to fall asleep. Umuntu ojimayo futhi as well, is he going to gym in the afternoon? Is he taking pre-workouts? All those things contribute, because some pre-workouts as well, you find they have a lot of caffeine in them, so it stimulates the brain to be to be more active ngesikhathi engabe sekuyisikhathi sokulala.
All right, so izinto ezokustimulate mhlawumbe umuntu ojimayo etc njengoba udokotela asho mhlawumbe rather take them earlier in the day, so that when it comes isikhathi sokulala they have already left your system, right doc?
Yes, definitely.
Awunami ngayenza lento udokotela yazi. No ngiyadlala, no, I'm not making small of ukufunda kwenu at all. Now ukhona dokotela man into yabo lento yomjolo na doc. Nokhona kuyahambisana, because usukusulele kahle kakhulu mase you relax everything mase uyakhona
ukukhululeke kakhulu
na dokotela ukhona, is it a serious condition that would have me classified as umuntu that has a sleeping condition, noma kusuke kuukulala kabi nje umuntu adinga ukuphenduka kuphela? It's not a sleeping issue.
It is definitely part of sleep disorders. We call it obstructive sleep apnea. Ukhona is a problem in the airways. So la uphefumula khona, la kuhamba khona umoya kufanele ngabe ungena emaphashini akho, it means kukhona la ublockeka khona. That is why kuproduceka leya sound. And part of the reason we don't see a lot of people coming bezothi hey nginenkinga yokhona is because most of the time abantu abakhona abazizwa bona. So report uphana lokho emtsheni ukuthi hey ave ukhona bake uyobona udokotela uyabona, and yena umuntu ngoba akayiboni problem, but it is a big problem, and inayo now your daytime negative effects, because mawukhona, one, it means you're not breathing properly, so your body is not getting enough oxygen. We breathe in oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. So you're not getting enough oxygen. Your brain needs to function needs oxygen to function. Most of your organs in your body, in fact, all of your organs in your body need oxygen to function. So the following day, most of the time they'll complain, like we said, there's concentration problems, but also the headaches that you get the following day usually affects labanta basuke benale problem ye sleep apnea. So definitely it is part of our sleeping disorders, and it does need attention as well.
You touched on this a little bit, but I just need clarity here. Ukuthi akhona ama over-the-counter medications that are said to relieve mhlambe ama issues osuku nawo ngokulala, ama calming medicines, sleeping pills. Amanye are available over the counter. When should amaphilisi be considered? Noma when should medication yokukusiza ukuthi ulale be considered?
Remember earlier we spoke about acute insomnia and chronic insomnia. So chronic insomnia is the only time we would consider ukuthi ayimhlambe manje so udinga amaphilisi ngoba problem yakho say last say prolonged say ibe khona for a long time, and we have that 3 months mark la sithi khona, okay, it's been more than 3 months and you've been offered non-pharmacological methods ezingakusiza. We spoke of sleep hygiene, ukuthi before ulale izinto ozenzayo or izinto that you need to avoid ezokusiza ukuthi ukwazi ukulala kahle. So when all of that fails and you still have persisting insomnia for more than 3 months, then that is when we consider ukuthi now so dingi treatment. Okay. But also remember, we mentioned in Toguti, insomnia, in most cases, it is a symptom or a feature for a much bigger underlying medical problem or psychiatric problem or a mental health problem.
Yeah.
So you need a full assessment to say which medication is good.
All right. I think we pretty much have covered yonke into with udokotela. Ulayini wethu ufuna ukusihlupa ke futhi ufuna usiphazamisa dokotela. All right, yeah, I think it's cool for us to call it a day at least for this particular sitting. I guess takeaway here to namhlanje is that even with into that seems as minor as ubthongo ungalali kahle, whenever there is a disturbance in what you know your normal life to be, you need to go and seek medical assistance. All right, mhlawumbe ngempela there are more serious underlying issues that are presenting themselves as ungalali kahle kwakho. Right, if you do need to get in touch with udokotela Zulu, he does have a practice, Eset Burdock Center, as well as Nasim Laz. You can also search him on social media platforms. He does have a digital footprint. It's Dr. Zulu.
Gagasi FM.